What is going on, everyone? We had to keep you behind the Driven Wild logo there for a minute. How are you doing tonight? Welcome to Bronco Base Camp. I'm Dwayne, and this is Gavin. And thanks for joining us. Running a couple minutes late tonight. A couple things that we were trying to do, and show prep. We have some cool stuff to talk about. Not a whole lot. A couple Bronco things in here. But a little bit of Super Celebration East. We're going to start to work up to that each week until the event. And Gavin, what do you think, my man?
Yeah.
All right. So, everyone, I'm going to open up the cut. Let me know if you can hear us. Let us know if you can hear us. Dirk Connor, hello, hello. What is going on? Nurse AJ. What is going on today? Here we go. We got a lot of stuff coming in. Andrea, thank you for that super chat. Greatly appreciated. Can't wait to catch up with you. Actually, we need to catch up maybe this week, or I said this week, last week, right? Anyway, this week, next week. This week is actually getting by us pretty quick. And let's catch up soon. And I guess Supercell is right around the corner too. So we're going to see you there as well. So thank you very much for that super chat. Thank you. I definitely appreciate it. You're awesome. You're awesome. Bob Masters, what is going on? Hello to you too. Ryan Hemming, what is up? What is up? And I think we had Dirk Connor in there already. Yep, we said hello, Dirk. What is going on? And by the way, everyone, we had a lot of book sales last week, whether it be from the live show, the replay, and also some advertisement that we do off of this platform. So there's two groups of things that went out. Last batch went out yesterday. So if you ordered a book last week, you should be getting it no later than Monday, hopefully by Saturday. So just bear with us. Nurse AJ, what do you have going on tonight? Bird Dog, I'm crushed over it. Next year, be full throttle. Yeah, I'm sorry we're going to miss you up there. Supercell. Maybe you can catch up one of the other events this year. I don't really know. Gavin, are you looking forward to Supercell?
Yes.
Tell us all about it, my man.
I am definitely looking forward to it. A lot of amazing content for everybody, and it's going to be fun meeting a lot of you there. And I know Nurse AJ cannot make it this year. What she said she'll be able to make it next year, which is very exciting because yeah.
Looking forward to meeting her.
Looking forward.
Yeah, well, sorry about that. And don't be sorry. I mean, I'm sorry for you because you're, but it's going to be fun. And consider this, though. Next year, it's going to be bigger than this year, I bet you. So it'll be even better. Michael Nice, what is going on? Yeah, that work thing always gets in the way, doesn't it? Bronco 78, what is going on, my friend? How are you? Let's see. Who do we have else in here? Going through the comments a little fast. Bronco dude, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in tonight. Appreciate it. And Ryan, thank you for that mic check there. I want to make sure that we don't, it's like a lot of people right now. We're getting a lot of, eventually this table is going to be lowered and we'll be in the gaming chairs. So it'll be a little bit more comfortable. We're in these director chairs here. So it's a little straight back and it makes a lot of noise, especially when Gavin does his foot thing. Don't I was just going to say, don't do it. You beat me to it. But yeah, thank you for that mic check. Water Walker, good evening. How are you? Thanks for the comment, by the way. Bronco dude, just checked out the Bronco walk around video today. Loved it. Thank you very much. Well, we had a very nice person, Andrea, who's in the chat here. Let us do that review. Next, hopefully we get to do a drive. When you do these reviews, I know some people do the 45-minute to an hour review. We found that less than 30 is key and, 15 to 20 is perfect. But the bottom line is there's so much info, especially with the Bronco Raptor. It's such a cool vehicle that you just really can't do a proper walk around video. I think of the exterior and all the features and the driving. I think what happens is you leave a lot of stuff out. So if you do a 2-part series, that'd be great. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. And it is a nice ride. In that video, I really talked about the graphics. The graphics do not work on every color. I go back and forth with Code Orange. I just don't think I like it on Code Orange. Of course, black's another thing because it's black and like that silver color for the logo. So that would be, I guess you could do it, but the eruption green, which they don't have anymore, I'm assuming. It can go either way on there, but the white, it just works. I think Gavin even commented on that, how well, balance it out, because the white with the black, well, it's not black, but the MIC top, the MIC fender flares, but it compared to the white, it looks black from a distance. That's cool, but just adding that something on the side back door in the back quarter panel, I think it just adds. So thanks for checking that out. I definitely appreciate it. Bob Masters, audio is very good. Thank you for that. Nurse AJ, really want to meet Gavin. Such a fine young man. He is a fine young man. He is a good man. Video or Ford video guy. Hello to you. Great live stream last night. By the way, definitely appreciate that. Just started watching your live streams, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, or whenever it was. And cool stuff. So definitely informative. And thank you for all the heads up and all the information. And Bronco 78, thank you for reminding. Hit the thumbs up for us. That'll help spread this live stream out and kind of show us around to different places. It looks like we are streaming on all of the Facebooks and Twitter and YouTube channels that I did select in there. So tonight we're actually streaming on my personal Facebook page. Hello, everyone, if you're watching, whether you're watching live or later. Something a little bit different. I am, here we go. I get the right side here. I have my real estate shirt on. Okay. So we're representing the real estate building company. But I have a hobby. So I don't have a boat. I don't have a camper, but I do have a couple Broncos and we like going off-roading. So welcome to my hobby. I just want to kind of extend it and I'm doing all the talking. Gavin's over here typing away. I think he's managing the comments.
I'm managing the comments. You ramble on.
You hear that? I ramble on and
Hey, well,
dude, man.
What I'm doing.
But yeah, please hit the thumbs up for us. That would be great if you do that. It helps YouTube and I'm assuming over on Facebook as well, but definitely YouTube. It spreads us, around to other people that watch similar content. So if you like off-roading, Bronco stuff's pretty cool. We do have some content to get to tonight, so we're gonna get there as well. Jonathan Falls, what is going on? Thanks for tuning in tonight as well. Steve P. Hey from Phoenix. Good to see you, Dwayne, and the Gavinator. Yeah, and we have to get him a shirt for Supercell.
We have to have it.
The Gavinator, right? Mm-hmm. So, but thank you for saying that, and thanks for saying hello. Yeah. What is happening here? So I don't want to miss anybody in the comments before we jump right in. And Ford video guy, Tim, feel free to correct me if I get some of this info wrong. I was studying something late tonight because I picked up on a few things and I didn't get a chance to do all my homework, but you'll probably know in case I get it there. And Allie checking in. Hello, Allie. How are you? I can't wait to meet you again or see you again. I guess not meet you. I've already met you. See you again at Super Celebration East. It's great. Last time I saw you was Hart Plaza. I think it was in Detroit. And before that was Woodward, just a few weeks before that. So can't wait to see you again. TJ Miller, what is going on, sir? How are you? Let's see. Yeah, Bronco 78 said, oh, wow, you are going to be there. Yeah, that's a long drive for Allie to head down. It's sort of like us driving to Detroit. First of all, let me say this about a long drive. We're not going to leave at 1 in the afternoon anymore.
Yeah, we're not leaving at 1 in the afternoon. We're going to leave 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah, but and we got to go across. What was that bridge that I had you all freaked out when we went from West Virginia to Ohio? Mount Pleasant or Pleasant? Point Pleasant. Yeah, that was pretty funny. And so right before we hit the bridge there, I started telling Gavin about the movie. I don't think he liked that. What'd you tell me? Speed up when we got on the bridge? Hurry up, get to the other side. Let's see.
I didn't say that, but.
So Gavin said, shout out to Andrea for letting us review his awesome Raptor. Even have you saying Raptor now. So yeah, it was That was a cool review there, and a lot of great information. I did say one thing. I said 7 goat modes. I guess it's technically 8, but I wasn't counting the normal mode. It's kind of like a given, right? But I guess technically it's 8 goat modes. So we'll see. Let's see. Let's see. Bronco dude. We live far from each other. Me being next to Detroit, but the next time we see each other, wanted to do a piece on the Everglades. Interesting. Yeah, actually, I do, and it looks like. Hopefully, we will be there for Woodward. There is another Bronco event going, but I think we're going to try to do something super crazy. And if that event's on Sunday, then maybe we'll. Are we going to try to drive down late Saturday and hit that 2 Sunday? I don't know. We'll figure that out. But if we're up in Detroit again this year, yeah, definitely have to check with you. I say this year, there's 2 possible trips to Detroit. One is for Woodward, and the other is flying up to check out a facility up there this summer. Hopefully after say mid-April, we'll be able to, or the end of April, be able to, put those dates firm and go from there. So we'll let you know what's going on there. Scott Dunsmore, hello. What is going on? Thanks for chiming in, by the way. Appreciate you being here and all the comments. Jeffrey Babb, what is going on with you? How is everyone doing? Well, we're doing great. Well, I'm speaking for myself. I'm doing great. What about Gavin?
I'm doing very good.
You're doing very good. You have on your Awful Arthur's t-shirt.
Hey, I just saw something. It's oversized, but who cares?
Huh?
It's oversized, but who cares?
Oh, okay. Let's see. I have a camper, a Bronco, and a hot fire. Yeah. So you have your hands full there, Nurse AJ. Yeah. Ford video guy. Gavin is he's a great moderator. Also, he gets me out of when I get getting off the rails with my conversation. He kind of keeps me straight. And he's the Bronco whisperer. You do know a lot about Broncos. I mean, like, why don't you just tell us something we didn't know? Put you on the spot. Let's see. Yep. Ellie said yes at the Mustang reveal. So I'm really looking forward to there he is. Bird Dog Overland, what is going on? Look forward to meeting you there again or seeing you again. I keep saying that. Just seeing you again, right? We've already met. TJ Miller said, any of you have any issues finding the right drop hitch for your Bronco? Just ordered a 5/4 drop, so hopefully measures correctly, trailer level, and then tire clearance second, I guess. So we have a really good company here. They build trailers, they work on trailers, they install hitches and everything. They have shelves and shelves. It's not, Northern's great too. Don't get me wrong. Northern Tractor Supply, and they have a lot of good stuff. But this is a local company, and they have stuff that I guess you could find it on the internet if you knew what you're looking for. When you walk in there, they have stuff on the shelves, and it's pretty cool to be able to just, I want that. I didn't know I needed it before I saw it, but now that I see it, I want it. You ever done that, Gavin? You do that in the candy aisle at the grocery store, right? Like, I didn't want that.
More of the toys.
More of the toys. Yeah, you're right. What did you get tonight, by the way?
Oh, should I go grab it?
No. Don't go get it. Just tell them what it was.
So, AC Cobra.
What's that?
Hot Wheels. So it was a AC Cobra Hot Wheels car, and adding to my collection of Fords. So I have a lot of Fords, but not in the package. I have 2015 Mustang GT. I have a 2017 Ford GT.
A little bit of everything.
I have a 60. Forgot what year it was. Honestly, a GT40, and I now from here Skeeter just got a AC Cobra.
Cool. AC Cobra. You're getting all the cool cars. By the way, Bronco 78. So the Supercell show field is supposed to be bigger this year. I heard that the other night on Dave's show. Yeah, that I mean, if the number is correct, like 980, I'm sure maybe by next week, 1,000 or whatever they're at. That's a lot of people registering, right? And then, there's going to be a lot of people just show up, maybe on the fence whether they can make it or not, and then decide to go at the last minute. We were talking, if you're going there and you're going to get any filming done, you really need to get the filming done early. Now it's catch 22. Film everything that you can, and then when something else cool shows up a little bit later, then film that. But what happens is they get so busy and there's so much background noise. It's hard, even with the lavalier mic, and you have to go in and do so much editing and stuff like that. So definitely going from there. Let's see. Steve P said we are attending the off rodeo in Vegas on Friday. Looking forward to it. Say hi to Johnny there. Johnny was our trail guide.
No, that Johnny.
Yeah. No, not.
I thought you meant Johnny. And
no, not Johnny's Car Camera Review. Even though he'd probably be a cool trail guide. Actually, when we go to the Outer Banks, I think if you turn Johnny loose on the trails down here in this Bronco, yeah, he likes to drive. I can tell you that. Hey, by the way, these stickers here. Now, this is going to be kind of odd. All right, doesn't look really rich. We have these stickers in. Now, what happens is there's this protective like wax coating on the front. So when you stick it on the windshield, peel the back and you get it where you want it. You press it down, get all the air bubbles out, and you peel the top off. These are going on the website. I think later this week they'll be on the website, as well as, by the way, and you have the ticker going at the bottom. We have our book Driven here. So you want to get one or both. It doesn't matter. This is easy. Shipping on this is an envelope and a stamp, because this will go in an envelope, but the book, there is stuff on there. So if you want to check that out, we do have some shirts and stuff coming, and hopefully we'll be able to get a lot of this cool stuff going by Supercell, but we will wait and see. Like everything else, I am busy at work, and just hopefully we can make it happen. Oh, this is good news. Bird Dog Overland said, finally got my rear locker fixed just in time for Supercell. Well, good deal. And what's going to be interesting, I think you said, and correct me if I'm wrong, hasn't that been an issue since day one? So when you go, if it has, so when you go wheeling, it's going to be a night and day difference for you. So let me know on that. Definitely. Oh, gotcha. That's something else. Yeah, let's see. Bird Dog Overland. Yeah, so I think hopefully the front drive shaft, I don't know if I told you about our little thing with our front drive shaft recall. We were I think I was the last week, right? So whatever the date range was, I was in that last week, and on the 21 Bronco. So we have the front drive shaft recall, and 2 times the parts that came in weren't complete. So we'll, I think the next trip, be able to get everything done. I don't have any issues with mine. I appreciate Ford, saying, hey, there could be an issue, so let's fix it. There's no issues whatsoever with mine. But I think that the idea is longevity, more miles, more usage. Probably when you're adding a lot of flex, you're really doing a lot of wheeling. I'm sure it's going to work the boots a little bit. I guess it's the rubber boot on the shaft. So anyway, we're going to get that done. I don't really care if it's done before then or not, as long as obviously I don't have an issue with it. But like I said, no issues at all. All we have to do is wash our Broncos and clean them out inside and go. Pack them up and leave. We're ready to roll. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like there's some wheeling happening there as well. There's going to be a couple of trips. It looks like a lot of Broncos, over 100 Broncos that are going to be going to various places, wheeling out there. So it's going to be fun stuff. And I don't know about that. We have a long drive. If I went wheeling, I'd have to go on some of the easy trails, wouldn't you say, Gavin? Because if we trailered it there or if we live closer to home, be one thing. I would just really hate to go do something crazy and break something. And, you're what, 9-10 hours from home, and you're having to deal with that. That would be exciting. That'd be exciting. So we'll see. Definitely. We have a facility around here where you can go wheeling, and trying to get into that. We get to go to that. We'll take your mom's Bronco again. Let's get that one dirty.
Yeah.
And
This is
we'll do what we did in Nag's
pavement
Head. We'll run all the gas out and get it dirty and
queen.
let her have it again.
The truck's the pavement princess. The Bronco's the pavement queen. Or
Well,
his
wait a
Bronco.
minute. Who's getting that 21 Bronco?
Me.
You. And would you rather me just like go tear it up right now and then give it to you? Or would you rather it be in good shape?
Good shape, but it doesn't have to always be sitting in it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Yeah.
go run through a ditch or something with it, and will that make
roll
you
over and hit a tree? And
No, let's not do that. By the way, there is I do have a video of a Ranger Raptor that rolled over here.
Oh, Ranger Raptor. I thought I was processing Ranger and Raptor. I didn't think of the truck Ranger, so I was like,
No, Ranger Raptor, and I guess this was probably Australia where they currently are. I think they're delivering them. Yeah, they are delivering them. They had to be because it was a dealer. A dealership had it prior to it being delivered to the owner. So, Bird Dog Overland said, "Hate that Ford is not going to do the alternator generator shield proactively instead of waiting for it to fail. Yeah, fail to to put it in or to install it. Yeah." Yeah, I guess it's one of those things they figured if easy way of saying this, like you will your Bronco, I get it, but there's a lot of Broncos like he's just busting my chops that I don't get the 21 dirty. So that one it wouldn't be an issue on. Maybe Becky's, right? But definitely you're using your Bronco that way. So I could see where you would want to get it done. But a lot of people, they're just not going to get it done. We just have a text coming out.
I know I have to text Mom.
Yeah. Let's see. 100. Yeah, Bird Dog Overland said 129 for Windrock as of Monday night. That's a lot of Broncos. Wow. That is a lot. Josh Hamilton, we aren't doing anything crazy. Oh, okay. So you're not doing anything crazy. Good deal. So maybe, I think, well, yeah, if you have something light, we'll do it. I think Becky might even have signed up for that already. So, but I appreciate that. Looking forward to it. And look, I don't really know the inner workings there at Supercell at the field this year. Bronco Nation had the corral, by the way, sporting a hat, which I owe them a big thank you tonight. They had the corral right behind the visitor center. I don't know if it's going to be set up that way or if we're just going to kind of be all over the place. So I guess we'll figure it out when we get there. But we're definitely looking forward to it. Oh, and by the way, Josh, I have a video. I'm going to share a couple things here, and then we're going to look at a video that Gavin and I took in April of, it was 21, I guess. Yeah, it was 21, April of 21. So
I don't know which video you're talking
I don't know the video goes. Jeffrey Babb, anyone out there have their MIC top replaced? Took weeks to get the parts in, another 2 weeks till a replacement was scheduled. Then the dealer had my Bronco for 18 days. Wow. That's that's a little excessive. If it was, you could assemble the top and install it in a few hours. But I don't know what else they had to do, or of course, they also have other jobs going. But it seems like it would be more in the way, just get it done, get it out. But there again, I don't know what all you had done on it. Someone else can comment if we haven't had anything done. We fixed the popping noise in our squeaking, popping, whatever noise it was. We fixed that, but yeah, yep. Josh said Ranger Raptor has been in Australia. Yeah, I haven't followed when it dropped down there yet, but I'll show you this thing. It's over on Ranger 6G, by the way. Great folks over there. Highly recommend you check out their website and their YouTube or Facebook page and all that stuff. They have really good stuff. And with the Ranger Raptor going in production very soon, definitely going to be a lot of good photos showing up there and a lot of people taking delivery. And so that's definitely going to be the place to see the latest and the greatest, other than YouTube, because to be on YouTube. Heather, what's going on? Hello to my favorite cotton. You're doing a great job. Well, you said Gavin's doing a great job. What about me? I mean, I'm over here struggling, but as long as Gavin keeps me straight, we're in good shape.
I got a hard job. I'm the comment crew.
You have to comment and keep me straight.
Yes.
All right, man, you're doing a good job. Give me a. All right, and we're keeping you up later now, aren't we? But it's all good. Okay. Josh said 129 folks interested at Wind Rock. Not everyone will be going. Definitely understand that. Allie said Bronco Nation is in the same spot. Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. We had a great location there, by the way, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
We were kind of over close to the visitor center, and I think we had did we have a food truck near us? I think we had a food truck.
Yeah, we had all that was on the other side of the fence though. There was a wood fence, and then there was the food trucks over here, and then a bunch of people over here, and then there was like a shop or like a sale area on the very right. People were selling, Bronco grills, rims, hubcaps, whatever.
Bronco 78 said there will be a bunch of different excuse me, Bronco clubs there, their own parking area. Yeah, and I know last year there was a few I think Georgia Broncos had a big footprint there, and I guess this year Michigan will have one this year. I guess Allie, you'll be in the Michigan one, so I'm assuming. Well, better late than never. What's going on? I'm gone in 60. Thanks for joining us, by the way. Just messing with you there. Let's see, Gavin, what do you have going on here? Oh, here we go. So Allie's talking about the hard top replacement. Most likely had the top but needed the glass. Good point. So just like with the drive shaft, we had stuff that I don't know what they're missing. You would think it would come assembled, but I don't guess it did. But something was missing. So that's a good point. Maybe just a glass was not shipped with it or whatever. So, yep. And Josh said that's not a bad turnaround time from the factory. Yeah, anything right now that's related to Bronco, they're stretched anyway, getting these things built, and so when you need a replacement part, I found that out. Like I said, I'm grateful that we don't have. Do we have any issues at all? We don't.
Except for that seatbelt squeaking that got fixed.
No, that's taken care of.
Yeah.
You broke that in Detroit.
Actually, I did not break it. I discovered it.
You discovered it. Oh, big difference there. Dealership told me to expect 2 days, nothing special, nothing extra done. Gotcha. And Heather said, so am I, Uncle Dwayne. Well, thank you, Heather. Appreciate you saying that. Next week, Tom, who puts on the Bronco Super, will be on All Terrain Nation Monday night. Good deal. So everybody, next Monday night, check that out. That ought to be pretty cool. Nurse AJ said Chicago and Indiana Bronco Club will be present. Awesome. So, So, look, when it comes down to the Bronco, there's a couple of different things that I think one of the items didn't print, but we're going to work around that. So we did talk about the 2023 Bronco. There's a recall for select Wild Track and Raptors, like roughly 343. It's a steering issue. It's not saying you'll have the issue, but it's going to be recalled because the potential's there. So there's that. Not a in the scheme of things, not a lot of Broncos as well. But if you're one of the 343, it's one too many, right? By the way, I noticed this. This is a headline over on the Ford Authority. Not a headline, but a story. And by the way, another great website, Ford Authority. Go check them out. Awesome place to get some great stuff. Ford Explorer ranked 5th for catalytic converter thefts. Why do you think a Ford Explorer? Somebody help me out on that. Is it because, they're not exactly, it's not like a Bronco where you can easily get under it. Why would you pick it as, is it the quality of them? I mean, are they bigger? I don't know. I don't know what they put on those as well. By the way, the European Broncos, this might be old news for a lot of you, but I just saw it. Something I hadn't seen before. And trust me, I'm looking for Bronco content news all the time. There's going to be 2 trims for the European European market. And that's going to be the Outer Banks and the Badlands. One engine would be the 2.7. Now they're going to do some cool, like first edition style stuff to the exterior, a little bit of interior stuff. So you'll know if you ever see one that gets transported over here in the future somehow, definitely be able to tell that for sure. It's like little things. A 22 Bronco is the only one without the temperature in the climate control knob displayed, right? It's up on the touchscreen. So 21, we have it. 23, you have it. But 22, it was not in the selectable knobs. So there's all sorts of things like that. But if you see one of these European Broncos, you'll definitely know it because of all the special stuff they're going to do. I don't know how many they're going to build, but pretty cool. Now, another thing, leases. Not that you have an issue. This is not Bronco. This is vehicles that's been out, obviously, for a few years. The lease, I guess, where people are buying their leases out and either selling the vehicles and turning a nice profit because of the car market over the last few years, or just keeping it because there wasn't anything available for them to either pick up on a new lease or buy. The used car market is just kind of going crazy, and we're going to hint on that a little bit. But it looks like in Q2 2021, 34% of leases were returned versus 9% in Q2 of 23. So just think about that. A couple of years, it went from 34, which was already a little low, to 9% in 2 years. That's a lot of vehicles that are not making it into that used market, whether it's the auto auctions or the dealer sells it directly themselves. They don't send it to auction, they keep it or send it to wholesale. So the one thing I thought was interesting about that is there's a story out there of why the Bronco values are staying up. Now, of course, there's been some YouTube channels saying, no one can sell their vehicles, or Ford can't sell their trucks and stuff like that. And there might be a lot that a dealership that's heavy on inventory, but I mean, go back in 2-3 weeks and see what it looks like. I know here locally, it looks like the way they have it spaced out that there's quite a few vehicles. And then a week later, wouldn't you say it's a week later? Mm-hmm. They seem to be moving out pretty quickly. And whether those are ordered units that are just sitting there waiting on the people to pick them up, or their turn time is very low, is what I'm saying. So they're only there for a short while. Now, are things sitting longer, certain vehicles? Well, sure. The higher the price of the vehicle because of interest rates, and now with little people, uncertainty, people, I was going to say, a little bit of freaking out that people concerned with some of the stuff going on. But I think that the interest rates on the higher models would slow things down a little bit. However, Ford's idea is that they're going to have a 45 to 55 day supply versus 2019 was roughly 90 days. Now, of course, all these are rough numbers, right? Could go up and down. There was a time in, I think, 2015, 2016, there was roughly 4 million units sitting around on lots. And this is the auto, industry. And anywhere, it depends on who you talk to, what manufacturer. They're looking at 1.5 to 2 million units. So if you think about the depending on how the jobs market is in the future, interest rates and various things like that, you're not going to have all this inventory sitting around to start to devalue. Manufacturers have figured out it costs a lot less not to floor plan this stuff, and dealers have figured that out. Town and Country did a great video breaking down, someone that knows, and I'm sure for the video guy, Tim can tell us, how this stuff can really impact a dealer. Now, if you need a car or a truck, you kind of need one, like work trucks. Hopefully the inventory on, say, work trucks will be a little bit higher. Your specialty vehicles are going to be more for your ordered units. So the reason why we're talking about it is, how does this affect the Bronco? Well, when Broncos go for trade-in, if there's not any crazy ADMs on them, then they're going pretty quick. But you throw that big ADM on there and people are starting to smarten up with that. One thing, the interest rates are starting to buy them down a little bit, or move them maybe down in a trim or lesser costing vehicle. But the ADM on it is just, it's like, I don't know. I just think there's what I look at in business is, our stuff is different. We work off of values, appraised values. So it's more of a predictable, right? You can go back the last 3 months and look at a market and kind of figure it out. Okay, well, this is what things are selling for in a certain neighborhood and certain market. What vehicles are just different. If a dealer gets a handful of them and suddenly they stick 25, 30, 40, 50, $60,000, depends on the trim, on top of the MSRP. And sometimes that puts people over, just can't do it. I know the dark horse is going to be the next victim of that. But not everyone does that. So that's, find a dealer that's not going to do that. You can order a vehicle and get it from there. Gavin, what's your thoughts on that?
Sorry, I was zoned out.
Huh? You weren't listening.
Yeah, I was zoned out.
No, I was. Thanks for taking care of the comments, by the way. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Oh, never mind. Wrong stuff. It's real estate stuff happening right now. Real estate, by the way, never sleeps. Remember that. You get in real estate, it's like keeps going. Let's see. You ever wonder? So many contracts are written like after midnight too, so it's pretty interesting. Let's say. This is something else. Now, this is where dealers are getting squeezed. So the wholesale. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Where are you leaving to, man?
To go to bed.
You want to say goodbye to everyone?
Oh.
I think Gavin's getting a little.
What?
Yeah, you got to do that. Actually, can you hold that right there?
Yeah.
I'll get that. Gavin is Gavin's gonna get in trouble messing up his headphones. So Gavin, why don't you say goodbye to everyone?
Bye everyone. It's been fun tonight. And
thanks for handling the comments, by the way, Gavin.
That's my weekly job. So.
That's your job. All right. Well, we'll get back to the good stuff here. You ready?
Yep.
All right, now I've got Hey, Dirk Connor said good night. Bronco 78 said good night. Let's see. Bronco 78 also said for the first time, local Ford dealers actually have more Broncos on their lot. Okay, competing with the used lots. I got it. Jonathan said my dealership has 5 used Broncos that have been there for several weeks. I'm curious, Jonathan, do you know what the prices are? Are they over MSRP? Just curious. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Gavin, of course, Gavin's out for the night here. Let's see. Jeffrey Babb said dealership had the glass company remove the original glass and replace it. Okay, so we're going back to the top on that. So the hard top. Yeah, who knows? It's easier. It's easier, for us to say to make a comment like why did it take them so long? But unless there's something there they didn't tell you they had an issue with, who knows? But sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the comments there. Anyway, let's get back to this. So European Broncos, we talked about that. The lease buybacks are going down, and we're working ourselves into this. Vehicles with interest rates going up, cost of vehicles, obviously going up with inflation, which, by the way, there's one way we could drop inflation by almost half, I think is the official word. And that's by going back to being energy independent. So that would ease a lot in the economy right now and not print any more money. And we think we'd be in good shape. Let's see. Lease turnaround. We talked about that. Oh, this is where dealers are getting the squeeze, by the way. So the wholesale prices are really high. They're going up. They're still going up, especially on that vehicle that really nice, slightly used vehicle. So it's not, it's not a beat up car with high mileage and a lot of issues with it. These are the really nice premium used cars. So the wholesale price is going up to about retail. Now this is on average, right? So everyone, it's like real estate. Real estate's local. So the car market, different parts of the country is affected, but this is averaged out, right? All over the country. So when a dealer goes and buys one of these at auction, they're actually paying for, in some cases, what they will sell for. And the profit is made in F&I and anything that is sold through F&I, your accessories, extended warranties, and obviously if you use the dealership's financing that they offer, that's going to help. But there's not a lot of room on these. So if you go to a car dealership and there's that really premium, slightly used vehicle sitting there, there's not a lot of room there. So, um, and of course, there's still a very good market for that because, well, that's why prices are rising, the demand's rising. So keep that in mind. But how this is going to work is I think that if the Broncos that are sitting are at MSRP, that would be a shock based on the data, right? Because I'm not saying there's a dealership somewhere if it's in an area that sells less vehicles than say Richmond, Virginia, or Virginia Beach, Virginia, or Charlotte, North Carolina. I know that if you're a dealership in the southwestern part of the state, you're going to sell less vehicles overall, you would think, than you would do in one of the bigger areas, right? So if you're seeing a dealership that doesn't turn a lot of vehicles throughout a normal year, seeing 4 or 5 of them sitting there might not be that unusual. But around here, it's hard to see one sitting on a lot at MSRP. I'm not even going to say under, but at MSRP or maybe $2,000 to $5,000 above, generally they do not sit long. Now it also depends on the Bronco, right? So obviously, if it's a Raptor, it's gonna vanish in no time, especially if there's no markup on it, which most there are, unless it's an ordered unit. Um, and I would say a Badlands or a Wild Track, something like that, is going to go pretty quick. But some of the other trims may sit just a little bit longer because maybe they didn't have all the options that someone wanted. Um, so there's a difference. And some people don't want a base because of the transfer case. Even though I think if it was the same transfer case in all the vehicles, a base is a perfect project Bronco, right? 30 to 34,000, somewhere right in there, and then you build it and you make it what you want it to be, right? So anyway, so we talked about supply in a perfect world, 45 to 55 days of supply of vehicles. And that's the reason why that's important is, that's going to help determine the value of vehicles, right? Because supply and demand. So if you have a lot of vehicles sitting on the lot, well, you know, that's going to drive prices down. If you have that balanced market that they can sell out in just over almost 2 months, just about 2 months. So it's going to be interesting to see how they maneuver that. Who knows? Like I said, there's projections, speculation, and we have a couple of years in there. I know one thing: if we could go back to being energy independent, and if the manufacturers could increase and get back to more of a supply chain that works, especially the way dealers or the way manufacturers do things with just in time, I think that that would keep a lot and other things, refrigerators, washers, dryers, you name it, that would definitely help in the overall market. So don't go anywhere, by the way. We're going to watch this video here in just a second. I want to get that out of the way. And we talked about the lease returns are well below pre-pandemic. So anyway, so we're back there. And by the way, credit for February. This is from Cox Automotive, another great website. Go check them out. Cox Automotive says that credit has freed up slightly for February versus January, but still down year over year. So, I guess that's a good thing. So, if you look at the latest thing a couple weeks ago or last week, the Silicon Valley Bank issue, and then Signature Bank, there's another one. If you look at that, that's going to, ruffle some feathers. By the way, for a backstory, not that this is anything related to '08, but their scars are still deep there. 2008, we were heavy in real estate development, and you know what happened then. So there's nothing like that now happening at all. I'm not suggesting that. What I am saying is that I remember that turbulent time. And so, whenever you start hearing stuff, you're like, a lot of people start to, contract, right? You don't want to spend as much money. And so how does that affect the used car market or the car market in general? So hopefully all this goes away, settles down in another week or two, and then we can get back to business as usual. So anyway, but if you were in business back then, there's no way you don't have a thought. You just want to check your finances very well. I guess I moved the mic closer to me. So we talked about that. Let's drop this video in here. I'm going to share the screen here and see some more comments here. By the way, Van City Adventure. Hey, what is going on? Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Gone in 60 said we have about 5 used Broncos on the lot, all between 60 and 70,000, most with wheels and lift kits. Good deal. Jonathan said a little high, used mid 60s. Yeah, and I paid 59, like low 59 for one of our Badlands, and high almost 60. There's still 59 something, like 59,850 for the 22 Badlands, and just over 59,000 for the 21. And the difference was, a few things. The soft top on the 21 versus and the modular bumper on the 21. So we'd have to go back and forth to figure it out, but roughly $1,000. Let's just say that. So you're looking at used ones, but it is a year later. Prices went up, and of course we bought ours at MSRP. Thank you to our dealership, awesome folks over there. Hey, let's drop this video in here. Let me pop this in here. And Gavin is my audio checker, so I'm not going to be able to hear this video, but I have a workaround for that. I'll listen to it. Check this out. And this is little memories here of pre-production. Now, the best of my knowledge, the Broncos here are in Texas, or at least these Broncos went from, and maybe if Josh, if you're still watching, was that like a rumor or was that the truth? The pre-production Broncos that were at Supercell in 21, supposedly, at least what I understand, those are the ones that went to Texas off rodeo. Is that the case? I'd love to know. Ford Video Guy said we have 7 used, several have Roush package, do not have a first edition. Do have a first edition and a couple wild tracks. Yeah, so those are the upper trims there. And I think if the price is competitive and depends on the market where you are, like I said, I know everything's local, right? I don't see them sitting. Warmer months coming, right? Think about the launch. The Bronco launch, the video that rolled out, a lot of folks were sitting at home. So that was one thing. And it was July 13th. So you had the summer, you had the summer fever type stuff. You're just ready the cabin fever. You're ready to just get out. All right, let's play this here. I'm going to head on over to YouTube. So I'm going to mute my mic here.
That color that's just going down the incline, that's the area.
That's the Area 51.
Right.
This is absolutely black. Is this one the manual? Yeah. Okay.
This is Cactus Grove.
This one?
There's Gavin filming.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Oh, he's gonna for us.
This is nice. I like how the batteries in there at an angle.
Everything's kind of just got a lot of room under there.
You have a lot of room, and I know I saw ARB has a compressor over here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really nice design, and they did a great job
Clean.
hiding it.
Yeah,
very
clean,
clean.
very
Yeah.
clean.
Folks, this is Farm Fresh video. No editing. This is it. Get ready for our next segment. So there you go. So that was one of our videos that we shot, and that was up.
Do you even
There
realize
was
what your
a
life means?
private land that
What are you so afraid
I
of?
guess everybody, Josh would know, everybody, Ford took, or someone
Rated
for the
mature.
Ford Bronco program. They cut the trails through there, did a really nice job. There was some rocks you could go over and up a really steep incline, and then there's an area where you could do trail turn assist. It was actually the safest thing to do was trail turn assist because it was like a 150 to the left, and there was a pretty good ravine to your right. So you didn't want to do any of that, 16-point turn stuff around there. You just wanted to get up the hill and go. So that was a fun. And where you saw the Broncos right there, we were on top of an area on top of a mountain that was coming up to that point. So you can imagine we has a lot of good elevation there in Townsend. Now, this is Townsend for Supercell. And next week I'm going to show a video where we drove a Bronco Sport.
Hey, what's
And,
up, everyone? And
let's see, we drove a Bronco Sport through the woods pretty hard at the direction. They said, "Hey, follow us, keep up with us." And so the trail guide was getting it, and so were we. And I couldn't believe how the Badlands Bronco Sport did on the ruts. And I know some people really just get upset when you start talking about the sports, but I can tell you right now, Bronco Badlands Sport, no, it's not going to go the same places as a Badlands of 2-door, 4-door Badlands. However, I was super impressed with what it did do. Um, yeah, yeah. Sorry about that, Ford video guy. This tech stuff. Normally, I have Gavin do part of this, but when I'm doing it myself, and I have a delay here, so I have a monitor, so I'm trying to see what you guys are seeing versus what I'm seeing. But yeah, it should be out, by the way. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of that altogether. So, getting back to everything we're talking about tonight, we talked about lease, and the reason why I talked about the lease and credit freeing up for at least a month. We'll see if it trends, what it trends in March, and if it keeps going, and in April. But the reason why I bring that up is that yes, the market is not as, say, uh, competitive or fierce as it was maybe even a year ago. But I think that if you, based on what I'm reading and what I'm hearing from people, and there again, don't take this as advice. I'm just talking. I th- yeah. Um, I think. Let's see. Best way to say it. Anyway, I don't know. Hey, Ford video guy. Here, I'll get back to that point in a minute. I hear you had issues last night. Was that me or you? Um, yeah, technology on these live streams sometimes can get a little, crazy. But what I was saying is that if the prices of vehicles, I think that, and there again, don't take advice from me. What I wanted to say was the correct way of saying it is it looks like in the next few months, if you have a slightly used vehicle, a vehicle in really good shape, low miles, something about it's kind of special, it might be a really good time to sell if you're interested in selling. Now, then you get back to the buy side, right? Then you're back into that, you're waiting, you're going to pay more, things like that. So, but if you have an extra vehicle, somehow you have a vehicle that you just don't need and don't need to replace it, probably a good time to sell. But, as far as new vehicles are concerned, yes, with the price where they are, depends on ADMs, depends on all of the working parts. I think that we're going to get back to not a normal market because manufacturers don't want to go back to what was normal. But I think we're going to get to barring anything crazy that happens, any more, we'll keep it there. But barring anything like that, I think we're going to get to a controllable market where you can actually better predict, right, the market in 3 months, 6 months, maybe a little bit of negotiation, but there again depends on the trend, right? If you're going in for a Bronco Raptor, you can give up that, or a Wild Track with the Haas 3.0, Badlands, you can probably forget all that. But some other trims, maybe there's going to be some room in there. Depends on the dealer, depends on their numbers, depends on where they're at for the month and where they want to be. There again, it's all going to be local, just like real estate is, and it's going to be what time of the month it is and how that dealer is doing at the time. So, what kind of numbers are in there? So, I think and there again, pick a good dealership. I know, like I said, we have one in our area, and there's the predictability there, right? You're just comfortable. You kind of know what to expect, and it's not crazy. And I know there's, um, yeah, Ford video guy. Yeah, definitely check out Tim Bart's there. But it, there's several different dealerships, and you can, with the internet, right? Just buy online. Whoever's in your area just will not work with you, right? Just find the person that's willing to negotiate, work with you, and just make things not such a hassle. So let's get off of that. That's enough of that for tonight. Now, who wants to see a Ranger that's kind of messed up here? I've got to share this, so bear with me 1 second. So we are going to share this. Now, this is totally insane here. So we have to go back to, here we go. And I don't know if there's going to be some audio playing on here or not. So let me get back to this. See if you can see me here. I'm going to actually go full screen on this here. So if you can see in the picture here, this is really, this is not good. But it is their video there. So if you go to, I'm not going to play their video. That might be an issue. But if you go to Ranger 6G, check out this article after our show, by the way. But you can see that Ranger Raptor there. And you'll see the video. You'll see how it happened. But there again, don't go now. Don't go now. But that's pretty messed up. So unfortunately for them, I don't know. I think if you've seen a few of the Broncos that have rolled over, been hitting that, I think most of the rollovers I have seen that weren't that really crazy rock crawling accident, but it's where they were hit moving down the road. Somebody T-boned them. They flipped it. The sport bar, not a roll bar, by the way, but the sport bar really holds up well. It's a nice cage on that Bronco. So I've seen several of them. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's slight bends or something in it, but from a distance, it looks like it's 100% intact. So good job to the Ford engineers for, putting something over, our heads to protect us, even though it's not a roll bar. It's just part of that Bronco itself. So, just cool stuff. But anyway, folks, that's it. 10 o'clock tonight. We're going to hold it to an hour. We're out of here. Any more questions? Anybody have any questions at all? So hopefully you're not commenting and I can't see it. Let me head on over to YouTube here. Sometimes the software that we use, you'll have comments that don't all the way, they don't populate. They don't come in like they're supposed to. And we have no internet right now. So we're hardwired. We have hardwire and wireless. Sometimes the wireless acts a little weird in this part of the house where I'm at. So, but look, everyone joining me. Here we go. Everyone joining me tonight over here from my first personal Facebook page, by the way. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, checking us out. I don't know if we'll do it. Every week. But if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel, definitely over on YouTube. And if you're watching on Facebook, we have Driven Wild Outdoors Facebook page, and then Driven Wild Outdoors over on YouTube. Greatly appreciate a thumbs up and all that good stuff. So here we go. Did you get to show that super? No, I'm gone in 60. I didn't load that video. I was chatting with you earlier offline, and I actually was going to talk about that. And thanks for bringing that up, by the way. On the Super Duties, and I should have did this when there was a lot more people in here watching. On the Super Duties, I think the side steps are great. I know that the high output 6.7 is outstanding. I mean, what this thing's going to be able to tow is incredible, especially if you get a dually and the higher you and you order it right and you build it right. But as far as comparing to my Lariat, my 2017 F-250 6.7, other than the engine out there, I don't know that I would trade up for my truck. I've got one of those, I guess the first couple years, maybe Tim, you know this, but 17 and 18, I think were higher, and then they lowered them in 19, and 20. And now of course with the trimmer, it's back up there. But I have one of the first ones to roll out. I got it in December of 16. And it's just a FX4 Lariat. It has everything but massaging seats. So it tells you what we have in it. I don't know that I would trade it in on a vehicle because I like the grill on my truck better than the new grill. But I do like the side steps. I like, the tech obviously is so much better. The high output 6.7 is insane. So that's appealing. If you have horse trailers, you have a motor home, a big car hauler, you do a lot of hauling through the mountains. I mean, obviously work, for work trucks, you haul mini excavators around. I mean, my truck will haul it, no issues, but I can imagine, 1,200 feet-pounds of torque. It's insane. So, but I didn't get to show it, but maybe next week we'll talk about that a little bit further. But hey, everyone, thanks for tuning in on Facebook, on Twitter. And I did a live on Instagram to let everybody know where we're at. And if you're on YouTube, hello. Whether you're watching live, watching in the watching later, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And next week we're going to have more about Super Celebration East. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be very cool. So anyway, we are out. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your evening with me. I look forward to watching all of the live streams that now happen during the week. Oh, and I didn't say this, by the way. Special thank you to the Bronco Nation last week. They gave us a shout out on their show, and a very nice one. I definitely appreciate that. Sporting your hat tonight, by the way. But thank you for that. I definitely appreciate you. And as you know, we're all part of a big community here in a Bronco community. We moved our show to 9 p.m. so that when they have their lives on Wednesday, we can try to do both that night. And so when you get done with their show, switch over to ours. And you know what? That's what we're doing. So we're here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for joining us. Talk to you next week. See ya. Bye.